Hi everybody. Today I'm going to talk about a few exercises that we can do that keep our fingers of the bow very, very flexible. A lot of people really are interested in doing this because it really helps with our smooth bow changes and all the different types of bow strokes that we can use, plus our strength and flexibility in the bow. So you can use your bow, or you can use a pencil. I've got my Apple pencil here. Or for this video, I'm going to use a very short bow. This is a 1/8 size bow, so you can see it better in the video. But you can use the longer bow too. So we're not going to make any sounds, and we're not going to use our violin or our viola for this exercise. But what we are going to do is to learn how to move our fingers and strengthen them, and do all sorts of little exercises. So let's get started. I'm using a pencil at first, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to recap all of the exercises and use a real bow so you can see what that looks like too. The first thing we need to know is that when we hold the bow, we have a neutral position with the bow. So that's just your general bow hold. I recommend in the bow hold that the pinky has a nice curve to it over here, and that your thumb also has a little bit of a curve to it, so you have a nice open hole right there. That means that everything is curved. That means we can bend it very easily. So when I'm holding my pencil, I put my fingers on top of the pencil, tap my pinky a couple of times to make sure it's curved over there and in place, can tap my thumb over here. You can notice I hold inside my thumb there so that I have a lot of flexibility. Now, the first exercise we're going to do is going to be called up and down. So what I do is I hold my bow, and I'm in a neutral position, just like I'm regularly holding the bow. And I go down and up, down and up. Notice when I go down that my pinky finger straightens and curves, straightens and curves. Everything goes down together, back up together. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Other side, down, up, down, up, down, up. I do this several times. It takes a lot of practice. You can go really slowly, and you can really feel all of the muscles and joints doing their job. You notice that my joint is curved over here, and my job is to pick the bow up and to get that to go flat. Up, back down, up, back down, up. My fingers seem to be shaking a little bit today. Back down, up. From the front, down, up, down, up. Take your time and learn this first, the down and the up. Down, hold it for a while, relax. Pull the bow up until it's all the way up here. So you can see it's very flat across. Down with my pinky straight, back up. Down, back up. Down, up. After a while, you can go a little bit quicker, but you have to make sure you always use the correct form. Down, up, down, up. The next exercise we do is called Seesaw. So in the Seesaw, what we're going to do is we're going to use the thumb and we're going to rock back and forth just like a seesaw on top of the thumb. So this is the middle section here, so it looks like a rabbit over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the pinky to push down so that it goes this way. And then we're going to use the first finger over here, and we're going to go this way. So it goes back and forth. So these three fingers in the middle, the thumb, the second finger, and the third finger, those fingers are going to stay basically neutral, while these two fingers, the pinky and the first finger, are going to push the bow back and forth, back and forth. So we can see that the bow works like a seesaw. Like this. From the other side, like this. So I push down with my pinky, then I push down with my first finger. You don't have to do these exercises perfectly. You have to keep trying to do them, and over a bunch of time, you get better at this stuff. And then you end up having a really, really flexible bow hold. If you have trouble doing this, you can take the pencil or the bow and pull it down and feel the pressure going to the pinky. And then hold the other side and pull it down, and you can feel the pressure on the first finger. So you can basically make the seesaw work by yourself, like this. And then try really slowly to do it without the help of your other hand. Also, it's really helpful, instead of doing these big motions like I'm doing right now, even if you can just do a little bit. So I'll go down, up, down, up, down, up. Tiny bit like this, but then I can start to try to go farther. Then I learn my positions and my motions. The next exercise that we do is we're going to make some circles with the bow. So that's going to look like this. You can see my pencil tip over here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw circles with my bow. This is a combination of several things, but it's really using this, and then my pinky is going to pull the bow back like this, and then this finger is going to pull it back. So I can make a circle. It looks like I'm swimming with the bow, if you can see that. So I push out with my pinky so the pinky's straight, just like when we did the up and down exercise. So I know that I can curve my pinky and I can straighten my pinky like that. And I know that I can do this. So now I can straight pinky, curve pinky, straight pinky, curve pinky, and I can draw a circle. Okay, the next exercise, we're going to try to get the bow. This is a little trickier. We're going to try to get the bow by using that up and down motion that we did before. We're going to get the bow to go side to side. So I see the tip over here, and I'm going to push the bow. I have a straight pinky right now. I'm going to push the bow that way, and then go back this way. So curved pinky pushes bow that way. Flat pinky goes that way. So now my bow's actually going in the correct direction. Down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow. Looks like this. Down bow, up bow. Down bow, up bow. Down bow, up bow. I try to keep the bow parallel to the ground as much as possible. And I try to have this move straight, like this. That way. Now that way. You can see how my thumb works here. That my thumb goes back and forth, so it kind of pushes the bow where it needs to go. So the thumb's pointing that way. Now it's going to point that way. Back and forth. You can help this with your other hand. So I can pull the bow like this and feel the way that it pulls my pinky to be curved like this. And then when I push the bow that way, you'll see that it straightens my pinky over here. So I pull the bow this way. Now I push the bow back this way. Or you can think of pulling all the time. You can pull this way and reach over here and pull this way. Either way. And I feel what this feels like there. And then I just try to go really slowly and work out that same feeling in my hand so that I can push the bow back and forth. Back and forth. Here's what it looks like again from under. That's right. Okay, so let's recap those exercises. I'm going to go and get a small bow. I'm going to use a 1/8 size bow. And then I'm going to show you how I do it with the actual bow. First thing, I do the up and down. So I'm holding the bow. I go up and I go down. Up, down. Up, down. From the side, I go up, down, up, down. So it's really the same thing with a regular bow. It's just a little bit heavier over here. If you have any trouble, a lot of times if you just put your bow on top of a table or hold it with your other hand, it's much easier because the bow is really light and you go up and down, up, down, like this. Then once you're used to it, you can take your other hand away. Much easier to do like this. So just put it down on something. Like this. You see? Up, down, up, down. Just like that. Now I can do the exercise when I draw the bow side to side. Like this. So I'm basically using the same feeling with my hand and letting the bow go back and forth this way. Then I figure out how to do that with my fingers. Next, I'm going to draw circles with the bow. So, maybe it's a little easier if I go this way. I'm going to step back here. And you can see that the tip of the bow is drawing circles here. And I'm using my fingers. Again, I can do the circles by moving it with my hand here and feel my fingers. So that looks like this. And then I try to do it like this. I think I forgot one of the exercises, so I'm going to show you that one. That's the one where I'm neutral over here, and I push down here and down here. Down, 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 just like that. Finally, I have the side to side, side to side, side to side, 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 like this. This is very, very helpful. We have a collé stroke that we'll get to in one of these videos that really operates just like that. Up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow, up bow, down bow. Those exercises can help your playing so much because you get strength and flexibility in your right hand, and that is always helpful. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.